Hey there, YouTube. Bed Bath and Bongs here. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm having a pretty happy 420. I hope it's going well for everyone out there as well. I'm reviewing a couple different strains of flour as well as some concentrates. I have, courtesy of Dr. Fire, some White Buffalo and some lemon kush, some pretty delicious buds. And then also from Dr. Fire, I have some Gorilla Glue shatter. And then courtesy of Earth Extracts with Earth Healing, I was able to get my hands on some GMO sugar wax that blew my socks off. So thank you for joining. So we're going to start our dab of the day with a hit of the Gorilla Glue wax that I got from Dr. Fire. Pretty damn good. I have to say it's better than the average bucket of wax I get from Dr. Fire. Very potent, very hefty high, as those of you who smoke Gorilla Glue may know. And yeah, easily 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Switch it up and use my nectar collector today. People make jokes because it kind of looks like a butt plug. I promise I don't use it as a butt plug. Oh, tasty. We're going to take a little hit of the Earth Extracts GMO, which I have to say is much different than the other sugar wax variants I've gotten from Earth Extracts. This is by far my favorite. Very danky, almost has like a flower-like taste when you hit it. It almost tastes like weed, which is not the most usual, but it's still like a really clear wax. I don't think that's because of impurities or anything. It's just the terpenes are fucking on point. I'd probably give this one 5 out of 5 stars. I really fucking enjoyed this sugar wax. Pretty sure this is as good as sugar wax can get. Oh man. My torch, I think we can do a little better than that. Oh, very nice. I'm gonna be smoking on some flour, a little bit of that White Buffalo, and that lemon kush. I have to say, I really enjoyed both of these flours, although out of the two, my preference is definitely with the lemon kush. Fucking absolutely fantastic. Has a little bit of a lemony flavor, but it wasn't as pronounced with some other strains with the same namesake. But just really, really danky, really piney. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'd probably go ahead and give the Lemon Kush a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And the White Buffalo was also really good. Probably give that one 4 out of 5 stars. I'm going to be quite stoned throughout the day. Kush. Oh, man. Woo-wee. Yes. Oh, now time to load some white buffalo. Buffalo.
Never want.
It's so entertaining, dude.
If I ever meet this man, I want to be able to look him in the eye and honest to God say, I've never seen a second of your show. Not even out of curiosity, not by accident. I've never seen a second of your show.
He's ready to get testicle.
I know he is. And I want to be able to look him dead in the eye and say that with 100% conviction.
That's like telling Elon Musk you've never heard of him. See if you meet Elon Musk and you're just like, who the fuck's Elon Musk?
Yeah, is that weird things that I planned that? Like, I think if I ever actually got into a media personality career and I had some meeting, like at a chance, like at a convention, just some random meeting with him, with Shapiro, to just be able to look him in the eye and just 100% sell it. You know, I've never seen a second of your show. And just walk off. Like, don't care. You know, it'd drive him nuts. It'd be awesome.
Yeah? It would be.
You got to plan these things, though. They take conviction. They take long determination.
Speaking of Elon Musk.
He's awesome.
I know
Crazy
that you like
Elon.
him. So this is why I wanted to grill you on this, as if you were a spokesman. Are you ready?
Am I what? Spokesman?
Listen.
I am an unpaid, informal, not anything I say cannot be held against him.
Listen, you speak for Elon Musk.
No.
So listen. I'm gonna have to put a little disclaimer.
I've already put it there.
Just so I don't get sued. This man does not represent Elon Musk.
Nope. I should though. Just for free.
So I saw an article after seeing a video about it. Apparently, Elon Musk had a hand in the overthrow of that brief overthrow of Morales in Bolivia.
Brief overthrow of Morales. Really, I have not seen anything on this.
Yeah.
If not, tell me what was his involvement. Was it cool?
I guess he put some funding into it because he wanted some of the precious metals.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, if you have stuff, we'll take it. That was kind of his quote, to paraphrase. Do you know what quote I'm talking about?
The one that was on Twitter?
I don't know where.
I remember he got into some Twitter shit about it. Somebody
don't.
confronted him.
I am unable to identify the origins of a social. Like I'm good. I can identify social media thing, but not its origin. I'm not good with accent or place of origin.
Yeah, I'm not overly fond of that behavior.
Elon Musk overthrow of Bolivia quote. Yeah, I remember it was basically. I think I'm paraphrasing. It was like you can't tell me if you have stuff. We'll take it. Like we're the big rich. If you have stuff, we will coup whoever we want. Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Like that's just.
We do whatever we want, but more or less.
Like come on, it's true though. This is the thing. Oh, that looks delicious. Here's the thing. You can't hate Elon Musk. Yes. Because if you've liked any villain ever and you don't like Elon Musk, you're missing out on he said, and again to paraphrase, he's going to be the first supervillain. Like that's what he sees his job as. He's the first supervillain. How do you be a supervillain? Like what made Lex Luthor so just supervillainy? Because he had all these companies that were doing shit. That's what made him powerful, right? Oh shit.
Oh, you don't really know what you're doing, huh? I'm sorry.
No. I was like, whoa, wait, what do I do here?
Why did you hand me this shit? You handed a loaded weapon to a kid right there.
I was in my groove and I got thrown this contraption here. Something here's hot. There was a torch going a second ago. Which part's hot?
Beautiful. That's of the shatter that I got from Dr. Fire.
Shatter. You need a soundboard.
Gorilla Glue shatter.
Gorilla Glue. I like the Gorilla Glue. That's potent.
I also got this, it's called GMO. The strain is GMO. I have some GMO from Earth Extract. It's like 84%. That's pretty fucking nice. It's a sugar wax.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's got a, I taste a pine. It's piney to me. That's all I get is very distant pine. Kind of deep exhalation. Tasting and flavor of the marijuanas. Now for something completely different. Elon Musk, he has said he wants to be the first supervillain. Like, he's doing it. What are you doing to be a supervillain or superhero? What are you doing? Huh? And I've gotten this argument with this person was saying, well, America shouldn't have that much money. Why doesn't he spend his money to help people? I was like, he does. Like, he is literally spending all his time and effort. He's not doing it in a way you want him to do it, but he's doing it in a way that he literally sees as, and this is the thing, he sees it as he's one of the few people that can do this. Is he can personally fund and direct, because this people forget he's an actual scientist. Like, he's not Jeff Bezos, he's not Warren Buffett, he's not Bill Gates. He's an actual fucking scientist. Like, that, he doesn't just own Neuralink and SpaceX. He designs the fucking space rockets. He helps design the Tesla car, from the batteries to the fucking, the shape, what's in it, he does all that shit. Look at all the little nuggets in the Tesla owner nuggets. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you find something. What is it in the game? You find little neat things in the game, little nuggets, little Easter eggs. Like that he puts in a car. Who else is building a car at any level that does shit that the Tesla does? If I owned a car manufacturer, I would be green. Well, it's electric, all electric. Well, it would be safe. It's like the safest cars on the road. It would be affordable. It's way affordable. When it's compared to what it's competing with, it's pretty fucking affordable. The cars that are in its league, yeah, go ahead.
Let's give you a little bit of pushback. What about the horrible things that happen to people abroad to harvest the precious metals for such vehicles and batteries?
What do we got? What do we got an answer to that? Well, let's see. What has Mr. Musk done? Mr. Musk has designed. He didn't purchase some startup company. He has helped design and build a company that has created solar panels that replace building shingles. So you build them into the house. Have you seen those? Right? Build it into the house. And, well, crap, one of the hard things that's always been about solar power, energy, stuff like that is you got to, when you got a lot, what do you do with the excess? We used to sell it to the grid, but then the power, the powers that be were like, hell no, these people, these peon citizens are exploiting the system because they're not getting bent over. We got to stop that. So now you don't get a lot of that. However, that was a problem. What do you do with the energy when you got lots of it? Well, he invented the ball battery, the power battery for that too, didn't he? Bam, slap that in your freaking garage, and you got a giant fucking storage system right there that's running electricity. Charge your car with that thing. He designed that too, right? The fucking car, hit the battery, and the solar panels, and this, and yeah. So like, he's trying to work that shit. Like, he's got all the angles, because he believes he is in a position. Because he said, like on Rogan and stuff, he believes he's in a position he can affect change, and this is the change that he sees is most effective, is obtainable, and is most effective and practical and implementable. This is how you do it. So yeah, all these motherfuckers that hate on Elon Musk, and they talk about he should pay more taxes. First of all, he's he's not American. I don't know if he is now. I'm pretty sure he's not. He's South African who immigrated to Canada and then went to college in the United States. So he's not an American. So he doesn't owe any allegiance to America at all, really. But yet here he is. This is where he chooses to be, right? It's where he hires and employs people that seem to be pretty fucking happy. They're not jumping to their death like they're in apple factories. That's for damn sure.
And they don't have to pee in jars like in Amazon.
And they're in America. And they're in America.
How do you feel about months? I want to say it was last year when he was fighting all the COVID restrictions.
I am with him. I probably would have pushed if I was him and I had that money, that position. I probably would. I believe he takes his role seriously, meaning that he understands that who he is, and he does a lot of things simply because he thinks somebody should. I think he pokes the bear and bull of capitalism a lot with stuff on purpose because he knows when he does it what's going to happen. I mean, not necessarily what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't think it's the intent of necessarily what is. He's not trying to direct it to happening. He knows that if I flip this coin, it's going to come up heads or tails. It's going to come up something. You know, so let's flip the coin and see what happens. And I think he's really smart and tied into things, so he has more information to calculate from when he's placing his bets. And it doesn't have to be illegal. That's the fucking world he lives in. How does he know what Tesla stock's going to do? Gee, I don't know. Probably because he's like their chief engineer and their chief financial officer and their main publicity person. Like, so he might know what Tesla stock is going to be up to. But yeah, I think Musk is awesome. I think he's a great supervillain. He's got my vote for first supervillain.
I do like him. I think he should probably pay more taxes, but a lot of other rich people should as well.
Yep. I think Elon Musk would tell you, look, I have a lot of money. I'd like to keep it. I'm going to do what I can to persuade for that not to happen. But I don't think Elon Musk would, he's not going to throw a fit and threaten to leave. He's not going to leave the country.
I don't think he would.
Yeah, he's just going to pay his taxes. You know, he's going to pay whatever he can get away with. But whatever. He'll whatever the law is, I'm sure he would stick to it. Like, I mean that honestly. He'd be like, it wouldn't be worth it to not. It wouldn't be worth it to not.
Nobody wants to fuck with the IRS.
Yeah.
So, I want to switch gears a little bit because I'm pretty happy about the outcome of today. It's been a very happy 420 for me. Happy 420, by the way, everybody. Derek Chauvin.
Yes.
Guilty.
Yes.
Third
degree
murder, second degree manslaughter.
Now, how in the fugglebutch does that work? I don't
Did
know
you
what
get
kind of
arrested
law.
for murder and manslaughter?
Two murders. 2 murders
On the same
and a manslaughter on the same person. He killed somebody 3 times.
I've seen this before. This happens.
I've never heard of this crap.
No, it does happen. There's certain states where it happens.
Well,
pretty
yeah,
often.
I see that it happened, and nobody's going.
So the way a lot of states work within their legal theories is that for different, you can get charged for the same crime multiple times if you violated different laws from different aspects
God.
with different intents.
Holy cow!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So
So
basically, so they convicted him
Holy.
with the unintentional murder, but also with like the intentional manslaughter.
Right.
They slapped. That's the dumbed down version of it, right there.
Oh no, I get it right there. So they really rip you. Like they'll come at you multiple
If
ways.
they want to.
That's crazy. Because most states have the legal theory that I'm familiar with is the opposite of that, like lesser included. So you be charged with, let's say you're charged with first degree murder. The jury could come back with a conviction of anything less than that also. They may say, okay, we can't convict him on first degree murder, but we're going to find him guilty on third degree or manslaughter because that's considered a lesser included. To have murdered somebody, you had to have done stuff worse than these. So they're lesser included. So
I understand.
the jury could convict you on anything under what you've been charged with. They can't convict you of more than what you've been charged with, but they could convict you of anything less than you've been charged with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the theory that I'm used to, and then I'm like Florida, like actually I don't understand. Like I was like, is that like he killed the same person 3 times? Like, see, like Arizona, he would be convicted of murder in the second degree because that's the highest charge that he was convicted of.
And looking, and I also I read this other article I found was interesting. I guess William Barr had had used his influence with the Department of Justice at the time to stop a plea agreement going forward.
Yeah.
Quite a few months ago, when Barr was a factor.
Right.
And
I kind of like that.
yeah, so he didn't want to accept the plea agreement that would have given Chauvin 10 years because he felt it would have been too lenient. Kind of seems like Barr did make the right call.
I think Barr would look at that in a legal perspective. He's not looking at anything as, so is somebody convicted of murder? Yeah, what'd they get? 10 years? That wasn't enough.
Well, besides that, if he had done that and wrapped it up quick enough, Trump could have pardoned Chauvin.
Oh, yeah.
So he stopped Trump basically from being able to pardon Chauvin.
Right.
Which I'm sure upset Trump a little bit.
Yeah, I think Barr is the evil of the evil, though.
He's like a neocon.
He is the
Kind of evil,
he is
sure.
the
He's
evil.
like a Dick Cheney kind of evil.
Exactly. He's been around for a long. Like everybody remembers Dick Cheney and Bush. Like very few people remember Dick Cheney and Nixon. They forget. Like Cheney didn't pop up out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like Cheney
worked for Reagan too, didn't he?
Yeah, like Cheney been around.
He's been around. He's been like a shadow.
Yes, always in the.
So what I was going to say though is that kind of inspires a little bit of confidence for me as far as the sentencing goes.
Yeah.
Because he's probably going to get more than 10 years. And I think the appropriate amount of time for people to be generally happy about this would probably be about 20 years plus. I'm sure some people wouldn't even be happy with that.
Yeah.
But I want to see at least 20 years. I feel like that's reasonable. But I mean, if this was a normal case of this happening and he wasn't a cop, how much time do you think he'd get? Life?
Oh, yeah.
30, 40 years maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you still have the white on black factor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, maybe he'd only get 20 years even if he wasn't a cop.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
I don't know how they do their sentencing either.
You know what's interesting? Minnesota is a majority Democrat-run state.
Yeah, I know.
You have the Christian types up there rant about it pretty often. The dirty Democrats and their bullshit, blah, 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 etc., etc. But then all those same Christians that I remember growing up around wanted, like, to set up a white Christian ethno-state. So, didn't realize that's what they were saying at the time, but looking back on it, that's what they were fucking saying.
Nice. There you go.
They used to have songs about, in one hand is God's sword, in the other hand is God's shield, and I walked forward with him, blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
I don't remember the exact words, but I remember the sword and shield part. Because I remember it, at the time, I remember thinking it was kind of badass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's something.
Like, look at me, a crusader of sorts.
Mm-hmm. They appeal. Who doesn't want to be a crusader or Viking? That's how they don't complain about Vikings. Like, Vikings were bad people. But no one's complaining. They're like, yeah, that's right. Vikings. It's like being the pirates. Nobody complains. Like, the pirates aren't really ethnic thing, though. The Vikings, that's pretty one people. Like this, that was those guys right there. They did that.
I mean, in the Vikings' defense, I feel like they didn't do a whole lot of long-term invasions. They kind of just, like, popped in and left, to their credit. We got their shit. It's time to go.
Oh no, man! That's the Normans in France. That's 1066. The invasion, the English, France. That was them. So you had the Vikings. They landed and took over Normandy, in France. What became Normandy? It used to be Breton, Breton. That's where those people that are
That's
live
from
there.
Skyrim, dude. You're just throwing Elder Scrolls into the
No.
shit. Bredens? That's a class in Skyrim. This man's making shit up.
Seriously.
I'm totally fucking with you. No, you know more about history than I do, so I'll go ahead and let you continue.
So anyway, it was Breton, Breton. It's northwest France. There's that big peninsula.
Fine, Magica.
So, so they landed and they invaded that place. They raided it for a while, and then they settled there and took over, right? And that land became known as Normandy, for it's the land of the Norsemen. That's what that means. Normandy is the land of the Norsemen, because the Vikings took that shit over. Like, that's ours now. We live here. And then they were there from the 800s. I'm not sure, before 10. Well, yeah, before 10. Maybe 800s. Looking at, and then later on, when the fight was going over the English throne, the William the Conqueror led the Normans, who were the descendants of the Vikings, across the English Channel and conquered England in 1066. The last time England was conquered was by Vikings. Again, because remember, England had already had their own direct invasion by the Vikings a couple hundred years earlier. And now here were the Vikings coming again, this time they did it by a couple hundred-year visit to France. So, awesome book to read that will change your perspective on the world. 2 books. Lucretius, On the Nature of Things. I'm telling you. You'll read it and just keep thinking, this was written in 300 AD. Like, this was written in the...
But it's still a smooth read, considering...
Oh, it's not smooth about it. It's natural philosophy. But you'll be like, they knew this? Because you think of you think you know what the Romans and Greeks knew. But you don't. They do way more than you
They knew
possibly
a lot. They
imagine.
knew a lot about, like, space and stuff, right? Even though they didn't have modern telescopes.
So,
Yeah, there's
Lucretius...
shitty versions of telescopes.
Lucretius was one of the last philosophers of the ancient world. And this was his answer to the rise of Christian thought and Christian theology and stuff. This was his, like, the answer to, well, so that's the magic they're bringing to the table. I'm going to put together a little pamphlet of our stuff, you know, the Greek and Roman and ancient Egyptian philosophy. And this is what we got. And you're like, yeah, they were so, like, we were so screwed when the Christians took over because we lost all this. Went right out the window.
Do you know what I love about you? Is that we can start off talking about Derek Chauvin and go into the Normans and Lucretius.
Oh yeah,
And, philosophy. It is amazing. I truly appreciate it.
books that will change your mind, will change your world, change the way you see the
Yes.
world. It will forever change the world, what you think of the ancient world. Lucretius on the nature of things, his answer to the Christians, and their, you know, they thought, and bang bang shoot 'em up. I have no idea. That was whatever. I don't know.
No, that was cool as well.
Oh.
But don't different Maxine Waters thing.
No.
So I guess, and this was like this morning or last night, she came out saying how the jury needs to find Chauvin guilty.
Oh.
Otherwise, us protesters
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
yeah,
start
yeah.
getting more confrontational.
Yeah.
Which I actually enjoyed. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that part. And everyone's saying basically she was trying to jury tamper. That's the conservative line now, is that she was trying, as if she was in the room with them, as if she
Yeah.
was trying to transmit this message directly to the jury.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Aren't they supposed to be isolated from all that?
You're supposed to be, yes.
Yeah. So I think that she had bad timing to say some stuff like that. I think if she wanted to get out there and say that and say it before if like she could have, if she wanted to say it that badly, she could have waited until she had that half hour. From the time she knew the verdict was coming in, she could have said something then. Like, decisions made. Anybody got anything to say before we hear it? You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of Ben Shapiro, he's coming out and saying Maxine Waters is a terrorist for saying.
Oh my lord.
And she's trying to encourage BLM to burn everything down.
I hope she is.
Dirty black Marxist ideas.
I
Quote unquote Ben Shapiro 2021. Come at me, Shapiros.
I firmly hope that people hear her words and they understand that they are in America. I didn't say they're from here. They're in America. If you're in America and you hear her words, then you understand that that's the American ideal she's talking about. You don't listen to any of that shit. If they start fucking up, burn it down. That's how I feel.
Do you think if I troll Ben Shapiro enough, he'll sue me?
I got a charger from D. She just texted me after she hung up on me in a huff.
Just out of curiosity, is Dee a black lady?
No, her name's Karen.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Why
a
does she go
family
by
name.
D?
I don't know, it's a family name. I don't know. I really don't know.
Does she love the D?
Oh,
I'm
no.
just kidding. I'm just
God.
kidding. I'm so sorry. So sorry, Karen. I don't know you,
Yeah,
Karen. She's like, don't you say that.
Yeah, she's a good Christian lady. That's not.
It's not nice.
She's a good Midwest. They're from Michigan. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, should I tell you my estranged mother came down
No.
from Minnesota?
No. From Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. It was lots of fun, yeah. You betcha.
You betcha.
Yeah, you betcha. She was talking like that, too.
Yeah.
Want to stop for a pop?
Oh,
You
man.
betcha I want a pop. Yeah.
I wish I had a cool accent. I wish I had a Boston
That is
accent
not a
first.
cool. Minnesota
Yeah,
is
it
not
is.
a cool
It
accent.
is. It is. If you lean into it, like John
Eat some
Candy.
cheese curds, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even do it anymore. It's been too long.
Um,
If I hear it, I can do it kind of well. But
nice. Yeah, I into my 30s, people would randomly tell me or ask, or people would randomly just point out that I had a Texas accent. Yeah,
I kind of, not really.
like that. I get that. Like into my 30s, I would get that
After you
just randomly. I'd be like, how do you know that? Like, because nobody else hears.
After you say it, I can kind of see it. It's very subtle, though.
See, I don't get that at all because
It is a bit of a drawl. You
When-
do have a little bit of a drawl.
I left there when I was 2.
Somehow got that way of speaking, boy. That's all I can say. Because you sound like a Texan. Not as heavy as this is, but I can't do a subtle one because I suck at it.
Well, that's weird, I guess. It's very strange to me. But I haven't got that in years. Like, but I used to get it randomly, like people. And it was weird because I don't wear, generally, I don't wear, like, Dallas gear. I don't wear team gear. Like, and people would, but I was a Dallas fan. So people hear me at the grocery store and they would just randomly be like, "You're from Texas? Well, you like the Cowboys?" I'm like, how the fuck did you know that? Like, you're creeping me out. That's too much weed. That's too much weed. But after, I think about it, they just assumed everybody in Texas is a Cowboys fan. Like,
That's a pretty safe assumption.
yeah. But the fact that they heard my accent, I don't know that I have an accent. Like, and it's only random people that would be like, "You're from like, fucking Sherlock Holmes over there. You're tracking the accent, you fucker." Like,
You know what gets me is the amount of people in New York that hate the Yankees.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. There's
There's a huge amount of them that love the Yankees. They'll die for the Yankees. There's an equal amount of people in New York
Mets.
that, if they had the chance, they would kill the Yankees. They fucking hate their guts.
Yeah. Well, you had the Brooklyn Dodgers till the 50s.
Not that I really care about baseball, but I feel like baseball would be funner if they let them carry the bat with them around to the bases.
Threatened to
Well, yeah, just add a little
offensive
violence.
player.
I need to add a little violence to baseball.
Add a little
So,
bit.
Put some spikes, maybe some like nails
Oh,
and
Jiminy.
shit in the ball.
Oh,
you know?
jeez. What if?
If it's not bloodshed, I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
just kidding. I'm crazy.
What if, like, just randomly, here's a bit of randomness, just throw some coolness into it. Each inning, a player in the outfield, or the pitcher, anybody on defense, has an extra baseball that they're allowed to hide or do whatever they want with, right? So at any time during the inning, they can spring this ball. Like, say they're the first baseman, and it's the top of the inning, and the game is tied, and this fucking jacktwad over here, this Mr. Superhero, walks up and hits a walk-off homer. Going to trot around the bases as everybody goes home. And right when he starts trotting down the base and he gets to first and he goes to tag it, I hold up the ball. He's out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nobody's like, or it could be an outfielder that he commits an error, the ball goes by him, and he just throws the ball he has. Like, just add a complete randomness to defense of the game. Like, yeah.
trauma version of baseball? Baseball?
No.
Baseball that they throw is attached to a string. You can like swing back and like smack people in the fucking face and shit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a string.
It's quite funny. I'll show it to you later.
Oh, God. What time? You're going to leave about 10:30?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
whatever you want. Whenever you...
Probably leave at like 10:15 if that's cool.
Yeah.
And maybe we can stop and maybe get a soda pop or something.
Oh, not a soda pop, eh?
Oh, soda pop, yeah. Oh my god.
What do you think
now
about...
I'm talking like it.
What do you think about Bob and Doug McKenzie? Are you offended by Bob and Doug McKenzie humor?
Mackenzie.
Whoa. For real?
I can't place it. What is it?
Bob and Doug McKenzie. Find it. Find it.
Sorry. We can play footsie with me. Doug and Bob McKenzie. Are those like the parents who like killed their kids or something?
Oh my lord, no. Bob and Doug McKenzie. We'll go whoever we want to. I need that on a shirt, by God. Why do I not have that as a t-shirt?
Musicians?
Oh, well, musicians? Bob and Doug.
These guys?
Yeah.
SNL or something?
No, it's from Second City TV, SCTV.
I don't know.
You need to watch it, dude. Just watch. Joe. Just pick a random one.
How's it going? Okay. What?
You sound like you're from Minnesota, that's for sure. I recognize both of those actors.
Yep. It's Rick Moranis. Oh, yeah. They're both going to pretty big fame.